Sharon, can you hear me right now? Can you hear? I think you can hear me right now, Sharon. Let me know. Taylor, is that you on YouTube? Sharon, is that you? That's funny if that's you. Thank you for, by the way, for letting me know. Brisha, I just got here. So you don't think doses should be increased every 4 weeks? Brisha, I can't give you medical advice, but I can tell you this. Why would you increase your dose every 4 weeks if you don't need to? What's the reason why doctors want you to increase your dose every 4 weeks? What problem are they trying to solve by increasing your dose? Well, most people stop losing weight if they don't increase, right? So, what happens if you kept losing weight without increasing? Do you need to increase your dose? What's the logic increasing your dose arbitrarily when the defined goal of the weight loss medication is metabolic health improvements and weight loss? You guys following me with this? What do you guys think? Let me know if you agree or disagree. Unfortunately, Drea, we don't accept private insurance. I wish we did. I wish insurance companies would cover coaching, but they don't. Insurance companies are assholes. Yes, Jill, we prescribe the GLP-1s. My medical providers do. I don't, right? I do the coaching. I lead my coaches. We have an amazing comprehensive coaching program. And I have providers that are on the same page as me that believe in lower dosing. Our goal is we're like anti-medicate, medicate when necessary, cycle, use it when necessarily. And unfortunately, the rest of the world seems to be arbitrarily throwing these dosing cycles on you and just increasing. It's bullshit if you ask me. I don't increase my dose as long as I'm feeling the effects. That's awesome. See, HA21, I love it. And thank you, Sharon, for letting me know about the audio. And thank you, whoever said they joined us in the fam. I'm super pumped about that. No, unfortunately, we just don't have any ability to deal with insurance companies, guys. I just can't do that. I've dealt with them for years, and I just won't do it anymore. My insurance started paying, and they required dose increase. This is the stupid healthcare system that we're in. And I get it, guys. A lot of you guys are stuck with these stupid healthcare policies that they won't cover it unless you increase. It's sad. It's sad. Jill, there is a website, yes, but honestly, you're better off shooting us a text message here, and we can send you all the information that you need. So, guys, yes, we do prescribe testosterone. We do offer all of the peptides. AOD 9604, by the way, is my favorite peptide to stack with the GLP ones. AOD is a fat mobilizing peptide. It's freaking awesome. Today is my first day of AOD, 2 hours before food. Yeah, 90 minutes before and after is great. Our patients, we take it the AOD in the morning when you're fasted. And then sometimes you can do a second dose on your longer fasting days. Because remember, I'm a big proponent of flow right here. Go with the flow, baby. Flow stands for Flow Academy, or sorry, flow stands for fasting like our ancestors. Long fasting and carnivore, don't get me started on carnivore, I think are the two most powerful lifestyle interventions. Hawk says I am maxed out on the doses and I have plateaued. Hawk, I'm hearing you, brother or sister. I don't know your gender. But let me tell you this, I have a lot of confidence that if you seek our guidance, if you shoot us a message and you get into my coaching programs, between me and my providers, we'll help you with a medication reset. We'll get your body into a break from the medication, get you resensitized, and get you back on a lower dose. That's what we do, and that's what we do best. I've requested an increase of my dose from my doctor. I have a higher dose Ozempic pin, but I count clicks. Yeah, this is the pharmaceutical pins are, we don't deal with that. We deal with compounded bottles where you can easily inject. Are your peptides already mixed? Yes. When you deal with 503A pharmacies, the GLP-1 medications are already reconstituted. Now, the other peptides, it just depends. Some of them are lyophilized, powdered, and some of them are not. I did my first 24-hour fast in your program and I feel so good. Bessie, thank you so much. Let everybody know here in the comments that fasting that long is probably something that you probably had a whole different thought process of fasting like that before you came to us, huh? I'm super happy to hear that. Are there any long-term health issues associated with these medications? So, documented long-term health issues, no. Does that mean they are absolutely safe long-term? Well, be careful who you ask that question because our government, the FDA, says you can take these medications for the rest of your life. So that must mean they're safe long-term, right? I mean, the FDA wouldn't have us do anything that's unsafe for our health, right? So yeah, Darlene, you're kicking ass for 13 weeks. That's freaking awesome. Darlene's one of the amazing ambassadors that we have, and she's kicking ass. And so I love it, love it. Claudia, I'm on 3 mLs of semaglutide, and I've been at 194 for 4 weeks. Oh man, Claudia, we can help you. We can absolutely help you. Sharon, can you touch on why I might use tirzepatide rather than semaglutide? Yeah, absolutely. So tirzepatide is just better. Tirzepatide it's got additional set of receptor that it stimulates the GIP. And there are GIP receptors on the surface of your fat cells which trigger hormone sensitive lipase to break down the triglycerides into free fatty acids. This is really really important because essentially what we're talking about is metabolic flexibility, fat adaptation. So tirzepatide gets better fat results, fat loss results, and I think personally it has to do with that GIP stimulation that semaglutide doesn't offer. Sunny, the only pill form of GLP-1 is called Ribellus, and it just doesn't work as well. Good morning, lady. What do you think about Saxenda? If that's all you had, I think any GLP-1 can help you. It just, uh, it, ideally, we'd like to get you on semaglutide. I've not been losing weight on tirzepatide since June. How to break the stall? Jill in the jungle. Welcome, welcome. I know a lot of you guys watching this are probably stuck like Jill in a weight loss plateau, and you probably feel like crap, tired, brain foggy, constipated, feeling cold. I promise you on today's live, we will train on how to fix the stall. But I also want to train on multiple topics too as well. So as soon as we get caught up on questions, we'll go ahead and do a vote here in a little bit. I'll let you guys know when we start the vote. But just in case you guys don't know, who I am or what we do, bear with me while I do my little introduction. So my name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics. We service across the nation, all 50 states. This phone number actually is the best phone number to reach out to my team. And so if you want to schedule a free consultation, it's completely free. Get on a call with one of my experts, tell them what you're struggling with them, share with them your journey, your history, what your goals are. Let them recommend one of our programs. We have so many different options. There's so many different peptides. There's so many different GLP-1s. There's so many different levels of access to me. I wish I could work one-on-one with everybody, but obviously I have to mitigate my time and use it effectively. And so I have one-on-one, I have small group, I have large group, I have community-based coaching. $27 a month is my lowest coaching program. Now, truthfully, $27 a month is definitely more of like, here's my resources. And I love that if that's all you can afford. But we have programs that go up from there. So they'll go over all that with you during that free consultation. I personally live in Denver, in case you're curious, but we do service all 50 states. And to summarize what our clinic specializes in, pay attention to this, guys. Our clinic specializes in I can't say the phrase because TikTok doesn't like it for some reason, micro protocols. I'm just going to call them micro protocols. Maybe that's fine, hopefully. Protocols of GLP-1s and powerful peptide interventions with the lifestyle. That's what FLOW stands for. I'm not just about fasting. In fact, I love carnivore. I love fasting. I love keto. I love heavy weight training, getting you guys on the right supplement protocols, helping you reduce inflammation. For example, inflammation is massive. A lot of you have autoimmune diseases. What are you doing with the autoimmunity? Hashimoto's, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, all these different things, producing massive amounts of inflammation. Then you have non-autoimmune inflammatory conditions like PCOS and menopause and post-COVID and freaking Lyme's disease. These are real issues, and the inflammation is going to drive your insulin resistance through the roof. And you got to fix that. You got to do something powerful for that. And so we have really cool tools like low dose naltrexone. I can't give you any recommendation user, but generically speaking, Tirzepatide is the best, aka Mounjaro Zepbound. Yeah, lipo C, lipo B, lipotropic shots are great. They're not really like solving any problems. Like lipotropic shots are not the make or break of anything. But yeah, they're cool. You know what I mean? How common is gastroparesis? It's very rare, but it's a real problem. It's a real complication. Gastroparesis, which is stomach paralysis, biliary disease, disease of the biliary duct, which are the pathways of the bile, gallstones, pancreatitis. These are no joke. These are no joke complications. How often do they happen? Very rarely. And so they're grossly exaggerated by ignorant and stupid people, no offense, on social media, TikTok, and they're usually selling supplements. And that's what pisses me off because they don't understand what they're talking about. And they're telling people, oh, yeah, the supplements are going to stimulate your GLP-1s. And why would you take the medications? Sounds great. Why would you take medications with risks when you can take the supplements? Because the supplements don't do what the medications do. That's why. I've always said if you can achieve permanent weight loss without medications, don't use the medications. Like, don't use them if you don't need them. Have you truthfully put in the work? I can't answer that question for you. Nobody can but you. Yes, we do have a YouTube, Deanna. You can message us and we can send you the direct link to our YouTube. What can you do for high cortisol? So adaptogenic herbs is a good start. And then stress management techniques. I have diarrhea and vomiting and acid reflux. Yeah, you're probably on too high of a dose. You need to talk to your prescribers immediately. You need to stop taking these medications if you're vomiting and you're pooping uncontrollably. That's not good. Make sure you're hydrating and replacing with electrolytes. And if your doctor is not willing to work with you on a better dosing protocol, then you need to come to us. I saw a couple questions about cancer. Another insanely, grossly exaggerated and ridiculous statement. The only thing about cancer regarding these medications that you guys need to think with is, do you have a family history of thyroid medullary carcinomas? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, you have nothing to worry about. There's no pancreatic cancer. There's no other freaking cancer risks. In fact, when you look at the causes of cancer, and I'm no oncologist or cancer specialist, but I do know how to read literature and I've studied this extensively. One of the many driving and contributing factors to cancer is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance heavily promotes, among many other things, the progression of cancer. And I don't know any endocrinologist that would deny that. Is it the only cause? Certainly not. Again, that's not my specialty. And so when you have something that improves insulin resistance, I think it's safe to say that this is anti-cancerous. And I think you're going to see GLP-1s in the future utilized as part of cancer treatments, in my opinion, just like you're going to see it used for Alzheimer's and neurodegeneration prevention and treatment, probably for that matter. I just started LDN and I need more understanding how it helps me. LDN, oh yeah, you asked that earlier. So low dose naltrexone is kind of like micro protocols for GLP-1s. Now, Naltrexone at the higher doses is a completely different FDA-approved medication for recovering alcohol addicts. It's got its own thing. But when you go micro protocols on it, they call it low dose naltrexone, it has this powerful effect of calming down an overactive immune system, which is exactly what you want if you have autoimmunity. And then it powerfully reduces inflammation, which is what you also want if you have autoimmunity. I'm so excited with your intake person today, appointment scheduled, so you have your doctors to approve. Fantastic, Randa. Are you saying that you already signed up, or are you saying you have your first consultation with my team? Good morning, Crystal. How are you? Lourdes. Lourdes, is that the Lourdes that had a consultation with me? Lourdes, is that you? There was a Lourdes that I had a personal conversation with and she was ready to sign up. And then I think she got cold feet. I think, is that you, Lourdes, or is that a different Lourdes? Because I did the consultation and I rarely do. I do like a couple consultations here and there. My first consultation with your team. Gotcha. Randa, super pumped. Lourdes, I remembered. I remembered. I always say I have horrible short-term memory, but once it gets in my long-term, getting it into my long-term though is not easy. What are you waiting for, girl? What are you nervous about? Can you imagine where you would be right now had you taken the plunge when we spoke 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Like, come on. Somebody that's in my program, send Lourdes a message. She's ready to go. And I know because we talked extensively, and now I remember our conversations. You are a very, from what I remember, like knowledgeable and like you have like I remember you have a lot of confidence, a lot of knowledge, a lot of drive. You just needed the little tweaks and guidance points, and that's exactly what I'll do for you. So it's time to move. Don't let don't let yourself be the reason why we don't achieve the results that you know you need that we can achieve together. Do you guys do everything from start to finish? Yes, sir or ma'am, we do. Um, we're all inclusive, the lab work, the consultations, the medical evaluations, the medical oversight, my coaching, we got it all. Low dose naltrexone is great for autoimmune diseases, inflammatory conditions. Yeah, Alicia, we got you covered. Shoot us a message. That's all you got to do. Gabe, 43-year-old male, testosterone levels 453. No drive to work out, no drive in general. That sounds like a candidate for TRT all day. Here are the symptoms of suboptimal testosterone, man or women. Hey, Christy. Christy's in the Flow program. Thank you so much, Christy, for the shout out. That means the world to me. I'm glad that you're kicking ass, and that makes me happy. Symptoms of low testosterone. You guys ready? Men and women. Brain fog, lower levels of energy, less responsiveness to workouts, muscle mass loss, lower motivation, lower sex drive, increased anxiety, increased depression. You're just feeling poopy, you're just feeling blah. I wouldn't say blah is one of the official medical symptoms, but that's one of Dr. Jones's additional testosterone symptoms. And you don't have to have all these symptoms, but usually having half or more is, in my books, likely we'll see suboptimal testosterone on the lab panel, without a doubt. Patrick, if this isn't medical advice, what is? I would say medical advice is take a bunch of drugs, follow these titration schedules. Every 4 weeks, take more medication. Every 4 weeks, bump the dose. I would call that medical advice. This I would call sane advice. But at the end of the day, you guys need to speak with your doctors and make your final judgment call. Generally, people take tesofensine early in the morning. Always, my providers would say early in the morning because it is a stimulant, and I don't want it to interrupt your sleep. Brooke, I didn't see Brooke's question. Do people ever come off of Mounjaro? Our people do. Our patients that put the right effort into, like, if that's your goal, there's two scenarios when you're working with us. Either you want to wean off entirely, you want complete medication independence, or you want to get to micro protocols. Maintaining on micro protocols is pretty awesome. And if you can get all your visceral fat down, if you can build some muscle mass, Now we're rocking and rolling. Hey, Brooke, we got you covered. I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen after February. The shortage ending date grace period, that's a hard date. Are there going to be pharmacies that are going to adjust their protocols and continue to offer it to doctors? Probably, but I don't know. Yes, we deal with compounding high quality 503A compounded medications, which are much more affordable. Yes, I think creatine is awesome. I think almost every human being should be on creatine. Did you guys know that some of the newer research on creatine shows freaking increased cognitive scores in the elderly? Literally, older people, no offense, not calling anybody old, that's a relative assertion, but I think they were above 60 in the studies. They took creatine and they scored better on cognitive tests. Literally, their brain functioned better with creatine. So now that's not the only reason. I'm not saying only old people should take creatine. Creatine makes you stronger. Creatine hydrates. There's so many benefits to creatine. Don't they gain weight back once they get off? Yes, Nav. Generally speaking, most people are going to regain their weight when they stop the medication. This is why, as the person who's telling you, I'm aware of that. This is why I'm such a stickler on lifestyle intervention. Lifestyle, lifestyle, lifestyle. If you want to utilize these medications safely, if you want to achieve long term lasting weight loss, guess what? It's time to get off your ass and get to work. I'm not joking about this. There's no free lunch here. If you're going to take these medications, if you're going to make the investment, if you are going to risk, because every medication has a risk, then it's time to get to work. It's time to get serious. The mindset is everything. The mindset. You need to make a mindset shift. Greg, if you're experiencing the coldness, this is because you are likely in a metabolic down-regulated state. Your metabolism has shifted and cranked things down because you probably weren't eating enough micro or macronutrients, which is like calories, also phytonutrients, your micronutrients, your vitamins, your minerals, um, your cofactors, your antioxidants, your polyphenols, all of these things. Can you do carnivore on Ozempic? Look, there's no research that says carnivore is safe on Ozempic. There's no research that says, I mean, look, the majority of medical research and and the majority of money that was spent towards research has and always will be shifted towards trying to figure out what medications you guys can use. They're not, nobody was shelling out billions of dollars trying to figure out what fasting can do for you. Nobody was shelling out billions of dollars trying to figure out if carnivore could actually fix all your health problems. No. People get so fixated on the available research that they forget about the behind narrative, how the research was done and why the research was done and why, more importantly, the other research wasn't done. But I digress. What is the average length between time of consultation? So once you have your consultation, if you're ready to rock and roll, you're ready to rock and roll. If you handle your finances, you get started. We schedule the orientation call the next day usually, and the very next day you meet with Christine. She's going to go over all of your um, needs, the lab work, the scheduling, the providers. She can do all that kind of admin stuff with you, get you into the platform, get you onto the course. If you do your blood work right away, usually we can get the medications to your doorstep within a week or so. Just depends how fast you move. Yes, if you are In the US, we can prescribe. So we can prescribe to all 50 states. And if you're outside the US, you can still join my coaching programs. Why wouldn't I lose anything when I raised from 2.5 to 5? Guys, because the medications are not the magic solution to everything. Yes, they worked for a lot of people, but they don't work for everybody, like solely on their own. And I'm telling you right now, the people that they did work for, if that's all they do, they're going to be in a worse problem than you are. Consider yourself lucky that it didn't work because they're going to lose a bunch of weight, they're going to lose a bunch of muscle, and then they're going to regain that weight and they're going to be worse off than when they started. Consider yourself lucky that you never even lost weight and that it didn't work and that you're here because now you can actually have an opportunity to learn what the real problem is. The real problem isn't a lack of drugs. The real problem is you just don't understand yet that the metabolic health issues that you have, what they actually are, insulin resistance and hyperinsulinemia, and how do you fix it with lifestyle interventions? What sort of lifestyle interventions do you need to do to fix hyperinsulinemia, to fix insulin resistance? These medications are amazing, but they're tools. They're not the end all be all. So you got to stop fixating on, oh, it's not working, or do I need to stack this? And what more can I take? How about you study fasting? How about you study weight training? How about you figure out how to change your diet? These are the things that intuitively you've always known are important. And maybe you've been doing that. Okay, great. So now let's put it all together. Yeah, Kmart. I trust me when I say this, I see this all the time. Florida, are you moving to another platform? I mean, I'm on every platform right now, just so you guys know. You guys should follow me on all my platforms because I guess in theory, people are concerned that TikTok is going down. I don't think TikTok is going down. Either way, you guys should follow me on all the platforms. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm going to go wherever the people go. If you want links to all of my socials, just text me right here. Even if you're out of the country, we also accept WhatsApp. If you the consultation is free, the metabolic health panel is 149. The metabolic weight loss panel is 149. How long does it take to reverse insulin resistance with intermittent fasting? Elaine, nobody could give you any sort of answer to that question without bullshitting you. Seriously, if I told you 4 weeks, 8 weeks, what would I be basing that off of? I have no idea how insulin resistant you are. I have no idea how hard you're going to work. I can tell you this, though. You won't make any improvement without making the decision to start to change. That I can tell you with confidence. How long is it going to take? It's going to take as long as it takes. It might take 8 weeks. It might take a year. You know what I mean? Like I have, we gotta understand the gravity of the situation. Uh, you're gonna miss me. I'm not going anywhere, Gabe. Why is everybody saying? That's like 5 people say they're gonna miss me. Like they really think TikTok is gonna be gone. Barbie wants to know if you lose muscle mass on GLP-1s. I don't know. Do we lose muscle mass on GLP-1s? What do you guys think? Susie, I've tried everything, intermittent fasting, calorie counting. Susie, you haven't tried my program. You haven't tried my coaching. The feel good system is an extremely overpriced product. Is it a great product? Yes. If you can afford it, awesome. But I'll teach you how to use it so that you don't have to continue to pay $200 a month for some fiber and tea, which half of it goes to the sales reps. Sorry, any reps on this call don't want to hear that. Half of that money goes to reps. I can't stand that. I have too much integrity in me to sell to promote a product where half of it goes to the reps, and the company seems to care more about that than anything else. It's a great product though. Love the product. Use it. Use it on your fasting days all day. But Susie says, "What's the hook?" What do you mean? What's the hook? I'm sorry, Susie. I'm missing the context of that. You said that nothing's working, and I said my program. You haven't tried it yet. So I guess I don't know what you're asking. Does doing tirzepatide and want to incorporate CAG or retapeptide? Okay, Keisha, you want to have a peptide conversation with my experts? Shoot us a message right here. Ella, so is your program just the carnivore and fasting? I don't know. I can be able to do that. No, Ella, not at all. Ella, my program is tailored towards you. My program is tailored towards the individual. Do I think most humans should probably do carnivore? Yes. Am I going to say every human has to do carnivore? No, because it has to make sense to you mentally. You have to feel good about doing that. And so that's what's really cool about coaching with me is I will make recommendations based off of having a conversation with you and working within the mindset of where you're at, because taking a leap to carnivore is massive. And if somebody forces to do that with you when you're not in agreement, it ain't going to work. Spoiler alert, nobody can force you to do anything. They could try, and you might do it with disdain, but it's never going to be done the way it needs to be done. And so nobody can ever force you to lose weight. Nobody can ever force you to improve your health. You have to be in agreement. And so I've had a ton of success without carnivore, but do I think carnivore is one of the most powerful tools that I have with my long fasting? Yes, I do. And guess what? The GLP-1 medications do. The GLP-1 medications make it easy. The GLP-1s make it easy for you guys to get into the long rounds of fasting. It's super cool, by the way. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are asking about the program, how to reach us, how to work with us. So this number right here, you can shoot us a message on both WhatsApp and mobile. Uh, Make sure you include your name and your email. Purpose, this is how you can get access to me, get access to my providers, get access to the peptides and the medications. Shoot us a text message here. Get yourself scheduled for that free consultation. Take the time with my experts and discuss your struggles, your issues. Let them make a recommendation for you. We do take health savings accounts, flexible savings accounts. We have many different options. If you already have the medications, you can just get the coaching. A lot of people come to us just for the coaching, or they come to us for the coaching and the AOD, because AOD is amazing. AOD will really optimize the results. Do you work with people who aren't on GLP-1? Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Look, I've been helping people in the weight loss space for like 15 years now, 15, and my clinic about 10 years. GLP-1s probably the past 5 years. So, but honestly, in my opinion, any person that needs to lose weight, I think would benefit from incorporating a low dose of the GLP-1s. AOD is a fragment. Yes, my clinic prescribes, and my clinic ships all 50 states. So AOD is a fragment of the human growth hormone. Debbie, AOD is not going to do anything on its own. I get so frustrated when I see clinics selling these peptides like AOD and CJC and telling people, "Oh, it's going to cause so much fat loss." Do you realize AOD, if you're not in a caloric deficit, if you're not eating the right types of foods, it ain't going to do jack, you know what? I always recommend starting with a GLP-1 or an appetite suppressant first. You basically already have to be losing weight, and then the AOD will optimize it. But if you're not losing weight, AOD is not going to solve the problem. AOD is an optimizer. But if you have other roadblocks like thyroid or cortisol or inflammation or hyperinsulinemia, AOD is not going to override that. But AOD is freaking amazing with the GLP-1 and the lifestyle. And that's why I talk about it all the time. I need to drive fast next month for religious purposes. What's the risk? I can't answer that question. Halima, I'm sorry. What if AOD doesn't work? Can you change it for something else? What do you mean? Like if you order AOD from us and you use it, can you try something else? Sure. I don't guess I understand the question. Annabella, Monjaro 2.5, dealing with tension headaches. Can I take triptane? Guys, you're gonna have to ask your doctor these questions. I can't, I'm not your doctor. You have to ask your medical provider these questions. You know what I mean? Are there any contraindications that I'm aware of with the combination of those two? No. Are there any risks with IGF LR3? Not that I'm aware of, but honestly, I mean, if you have active cancer, yes, but I would rather you do growth hormone peptides if it were me. So AOD is a fragment of the human growth hormone, and AOD will help mobilize your fat stores. Mobilization of body fat to optimize your results on the GLP-1. So if you are struggling with fasting, if you're struggling with keto, there's benefit from adding the GLP-1s. I'm on TERS, AOD, CJC for fat loss and muscle retention. Could there be a better stack out there? Yeah, you ready for the better stack? It's called Dr. Jones's coaching. And I'll say that all day, every day. Guys, you can sit here and try to spend your time trying to stack multiple peptides, but I promise you that you don't have the ideal set of lifestyles dialed in. And if we had a chance to work together, I can almost guarantee that we're going to exponentially enhance your results by things that would blow your mind, because it's all lifestyle. And you're going to be like, how is this getting so much more results? Look, are you going to keep spending all this money on a bunch of peptides constantly? Like, just that's your plan? Look, I love peptides, and I think peptides are great, and you should use them if you can afford them. But do you think peptides are your solution? I'll just keep taking peptides, a bunch of random peptides. Or would you rather do things that are free, like fast? I wouldn't say carnivore is free because it's you got to buy the meat, and meat's more expensive. But you could do carnivore on ground beef. Which, by the way, I was talking to my fiance. We're like, ground beef is really good, actually. You do a lot of greasy burgers. Yeah, ambience. There's definitely other peptides that you can order. Yeah, we just can't take back the AOD, I guess. if that's what you're asking. But if you're saying you can't take it, and that's what happened, I'm happy to make an exception, and you can order a second product at half off or something. I would do that for you. BPC TV 500 will help you. Yeah, absolutely. That's the Wolverine healing cycle. Somebody asked me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking my favorite hydration product that has creatine in it. It's called iCell. iCell's pricey, but it helps with it's the most powerful cellular hydrating product. There is no product like it on the market, actually. I really love the company New BioAge because they're very innovative with their protocols of supplements. And so this one has creatine, glutamine, alanine, leucine, and one other thing. These are called amino acid osmolytes, and osmolytes refer to compounds that draw fluid into the cell. So it's the most hydrating cell. So talk about a lot of aesthetic clinics use this and recommend it because it draws water into your cells, including your dermis, your skin cells. And one of the best things to do for skin health, if you have a skincare routine, is staying hydrated. So I'm a big fan of the iCell. It also helps volumize your muscles. It takes care of your creatine needs. Dory, I have an appointment on Wednesday to start semaglutide. That's fantastic. You have an appointment with us. You have an appointment elsewhere. What are you referring to? Yes, we are completely a virtual product. Uh, honey, I don't know why you would wake up with all this inflammation. That's really strange. But we have powerful peptides like BPC 157 to help you. Yeah, the product is called iCell. And if you guys want a link to the iCell, just shoot us a text message here. Thank you, JC. Yeah, JC's amazing. She's been kicking butt. She does the carnivore and now she's doing the flow. JC, I did a podcast with Dr. Kilt. You probably know who that is. He was on my podcast a couple weeks ago, and I was on his podcast yesterday. And I'm going to that carnivore event in Tampa. I don't know if you heard about that carnivore event, JC. My warrior program, Vanessa, is the one that comes with a guarantee of results. My warrior my warrior program is the one that comes with the guarantee of results. So if we don't hit at least 1% of body weight loss per week, we'll keep working with you. Combining AOD with tirzepatide, the GOAT, that's one of our favorite protocols, is the combination of tirzepatide and AOD. Yes, Crystal, we do have an Instagram, we have a YouTube, we have a Facebook, we have a Twitter, we have a Snapchat. We do have a Snapchat. I can't believe people use Snapchat. I thought high school kids use Snapchat, but apparently adults use Snapchat. I'll go figure that. Dory says, watching your videos have alleviated my concerns about the side effects enough to make an appointment. Oh, thank you, Dory. I appreciate that. I'm here to help. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to encourage. I'm here to lead. I'm here to help you get shit done, guys. I'm going to tell you the things that you maybe don't want to hear externally, but internally know that you need to hear. Like, I'll give you the swift kick in the ass that with love, because someone's got to do it. What do you think of MOTS-C and retatrutide? I think those are powerful and amazing peptides. As long as you're doing them safely and correctly and you have a good set of lifestyle interventions, I can sell you those peptides. They're very expensive, but I care more about you getting long-term results and being safe before we sell you a bunch of peptides. We won't even sell a bunch of peptides to people that aren't at least doing some basic lifestyle things. I've been doing my injections in the stomach. Should I have been moving them? This thing won't even let me extend. I mean, it's a good idea when you inject into your fat tissue to not inject in the same area. It's a good idea to practice alternating your injection sites in general. And the thing about GLP-1s is it's weird, but you will have different absorption rates in different areas of your body. So be careful because you might inject in an area that has way better absorption and all of a sudden you're freaking pooping out of your pants uncontrollably, or even worse, you're vomiting. So be careful with that. But that's why you should always try to find the best area and use the lowest dose needed. A cleat, I ordered GLP-1. I also took a Viome test and it said eat mostly keto plus fruit. Is that okay on GLP-1? Sure. Carnivore and fruit is amazing. Keto with a little bit of fruit is amazing. I think carnivore is better because vegetables are toxic. They always have been. We've always known this. Yes, you heard me right. Vegetables are toxic. There's plenty of books and plenty of research to demonstrate that. Can you run and order general wellness tests for gut issues? We don't do the stool testing anymore, but I can refer you to clinics that can do the stool testing and go over the results with you. What if you grow them yourself? Christy, it's not the GMO or the pesticides, although those are a problem. That's actually not the problem. Vegetables have evolved and contain many anti-nutrients and many toxic components, like anthocyanins and just to name, like there's quite a bit of them. We've always assumed that it didn't matter because we do have research that shows improvements in health with the consumption of vegetables. But we've also it gets very deep, guys. It gets very deep. Yeah, many people call them defense chemicals. Which GH peptides are good for muscle mass? CJC/ipamorelin. CJC IPA is good. Personally, I don't eat any vegetables anymore. I started my carnivore journey about 6 weeks ago, and I feel fantastic. I do eat fruit because I'm insulin sensitive. I eat dairy and I eat fruit. I don't really drink much milk. Most of my dairy comes from fat. So heavy whipping cream for my coffee or cheese. I do raw cheddar or raw, I mean, any kind of raw cheese actually. But fruit, if you're insulin resistant, you should focus on like very low glycemic fruit like berries. And then once you become more insulin sensitive, you can start enjoying some more of nature's candy. Now, fruit may still have some defense chemicals. I do believe they have much less. But I'm still heavily in my research stages on carnivore. So, and I'm quick to evolve and adapt. Yes, we have many solutions for Hashimoto's and autoimmune patients. What do you recommend to avoid constipation while on GLP-1 medication? So, magnesium making sure you're getting enough magnesium, staying hydrated, getting enough electrolytes. If you're not doing carnivore, fiber will help you with constipation, but fiber fiber has a bunch of defense chemicals in there. I know, it's crazy. How do you know if you're insulin resistant? We can test that for you. The panel that you want to look at is called fasting insulin and C-peptide. And yes, your A1C can be good, but you can be very insulin resistant. Guys, if you just joined us, welcome, welcome. Tesamorelin isn't something that you necessarily need, but you can implement it. Yeah, you can add tesamorelin or CJC, ipamorelin whenever you want. Thank you. My daughter is in Dubai. Will you be able to help her? Yeah, yeah. As long as you guys, so if you're not in the country, you can still join our coaching programs, to be clear. Fasting insulin and C-peptide. What do I think about diabetes and the carnivore diet? I think the carnivore and keto are an absolute must if you have diabetes. You want to reverse your diabetes? You don't need to spend $200 a month on fiber and tea. Just stop eating carbohydrates. Now, do you need to stop eating vegetables? Well, you may need to. You may not need to. If you can reverse your diabetes without eating while still eating vegetables, great. Does that mean vegetables are okay for your body? I don't think we know the answer to that yet. Eggs are one of the most nutritious foods on the planet. I'm going to repeat that. Eggs are one of the most nutritious foods. They have almost all of your nutrients. Literally, eggs have almost everything you need. You need some calcium. They're low on calcium, which is why I recommend some dairy fat. How does one determine if they're insulin resistant? By a lab panel called fasting insulin and C-peptide. Also, if you're overweight and you feel like every time you try to lose weight, you're tired, your brain foggy, your body seems to be working against you, you're probably insulin resistant. Like you don't really need a test. Um, when it comes to dairy, milk is the fastest way to gain weight, guys. So be careful with milk. Milk is very insulinotropic, phenomenal for weight gain. So I try to stay away from liquid dairy products, sticking with dairy fats and just using it liberally or not liberally, using it lightly. Just as much as you need to cook with, just as much as you need to add a little cheese to your burgers to make it taste better, add a little heavy whipping cream to your coffee. Yeah, that's fine. But you want to sip on a little half cup of milk because it tastes good. That's what I do. I like the taste of milk, so I'll just kind of take a swig of the milk, but that's it. I'm not doing a glass of milk. It's too many. It's too insulinotropic for me. Guys, if you just joined us, welcome, welcome. So, my name is Dr. Jones. I have clinics we service across the nation, all 50 states. Sweta, we will talk if we have time about how to fix your weight loss stall. But if you're just joining us, welcome. So, my clinic services all 50 states. I work with medical practitioners. They prescribe Sema, Terz, Retatrutide, the new triple G. Yes, what I'm drinking is called iCell. My clinic specializes in micro protocols, utilizing the lowest doses of your GLP-1s paired up with powerful peptide therapies. And me and my coaches will coach you in proper lifestyle interventions with the goal of permanent weight maintenance. So if you're stalled, if you feel like a zombie, if you feel like crap, if you're tired, if you're brain foggy, You're cold all the time. Your body's achy. You feel like shit. You're wondering what's going on. You have no answer. Your doctor keeps saying, well, we can increase your dose. And you're sitting there going, but I don't want to increase my dose. Do you need to increase your dose? Most likely not. If that resonates with you, then this number right here is actually the best number to reach out to your team. To reach out to my team, shoot us a text message with your name and your email. Get yourself scheduled for that free consultation. We have a ton of different coaching programs, a ton of different levels of access to me. If you're not ready for some direct coaching, then at least do yourself a big favor and get into my community. I welcome you guys to the fam. It's $27 a month. What do you get from $27 a month? You get access to the Mighty Networks platform. You get access to all my ambassadors. You get access to my rapid fire Q&As. You get access to all my guides, Flow University. It's a ton of support. That's my weight maintenance group too as well. So when you hit your weight loss goal, you downgrade from my upper level coaching programs into the lifestyle coaching. And I'm going to keep you at your weight. I'm going to keep you at your goal weight for the rest of your life for $27 a month. I think that's a pretty badass deal. What do you guys think? You're going to have access to me to help you with weight maintenance issues for $27 a month. But to get you on your journey, I encourage you to look at my more upper level coaching programs for at least 3 to 6 months. What made you take the leap into carnivore? I've been considering it. Honestly, Kim, when you have a diet that is challenging to adhere to, and despite this blowing up right now because it's transforming enough people's lives, I think that speaks for itself. Despite how challenging it appears to be, it's finally gaining enough traction and attention and awareness because it works. Trust me, it would not be getting this much popularity if it didn't work for the people that could actually do it. And talk about just optimizing your health and weight loss. But what about autoimmune diseases? People with severe autoimmune diseases, carnivore is just massive resolution. Again, I'm not saying you have to do carnivore, but carnivore really gels with flow. Flow, fasting like our ancestors. I've always looked at ancestral tenets as being the foundation for permanent weight maintenance. And guess what? Our ancestors were lions. Your ancestors ate meat, and they ate meat primarily all the time. Now, again, we live in a very modern world, and so I'm not saying you need to be a lion. But if you want to be a lion, let's do it. I encourage it. Ella, yes, we have. It just depends. Sometimes those iron deficiencies are very particular, and especially if you have anemia. Dawn says she joined the program. Awesome, awesome. Super pumped for you, Dawn. Ashley says, I feel like I'm going to blow up like a balloon and I'm going to pop the night off. What? You feel like you're going to pop on the night of what? When you eat vegetables? Are you saying that you get really bloated when you eat vegetables? Or you get real? Because by the way, guys, if you get really bloated when you eat vegetables, it's because you probably have SIBO. Now, a lot of people get some amount of bloating and indigestion from eating vegetables, by the way. And all of a sudden they go carnivore and they just realize what it feels like to not be bloated. Some people have been getting bloated from vegetables their entire life. And they didn't know until they go carnivore what it feels like to not be bloated, gassy, farting all the time. You guys like having gas and farting all the time? That's what vegetables do. Now, Ashley, you're talking about semaglutide. Yeah, that's unusual. That's weird. I don't have an answer for you. I don't know what that is. What does the clinic say that's prescribing you? Yeah, it might be something that they're compounding it with. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that one. What are your thoughts on vibration machines? Yeah, I think vibration machines are great. Get some muscle stimulation, move some lymphatic fluid. I don't think it's the answer to any problems other than just kind of supporting good health. Ashley, yeah, if you're diabetic, in my opinion, your focus should be on fixing diabetes. If you're trying to lose weight and you're a diabetic, guys, you're never going to achieve weight loss and weight maintenance without fixing your diabetes. I'm sorry. And if you're in the mindset of, well, I'm just dealing with my diabetes, but I want to lose weight, you're never going to be successful long term. But I can promise you, if you fix your diabetes, you're going to fix your weight problem. And I can say that with confidence because insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia, is pretty much the primary driver behind both obesity and diabetes. And to fix your diabetes, you got to fix the hyperinsulinemia and the insulin resistance, which is going to fix your weight problems. In theory, you can go real keto and low carb and stay high calorie. Okay, fine. Then technically you wouldn't lose all your weight and you handle your diabetes, but that would be really challenging to do because it's well established in the literature, guys. When you start lowering your insulin levels, your body gets really wasteful of the energy. Excessive consumption. They literally have shown on studies that when your insulin levels are low, you're wasting calories. That's the definition of ketone bodies, as opposed to having high insulin levels, where it's like your body does the opposite of wasting calories. Lex, I couldn't possibly give you medical advice and answer that question. I have no clue. There's so much context missing from that question. But after reviewing your medical history, I'm sure me and my providers can answer that. Yeah. Shoot us a message, man. Let's get you rolling. My doctor only wanted to give me metformin. Yeah. I mean, if you want to not have to deal with all that, then shoot us a text message. We'll get you rolling. How safe are peptides? Peptides are very safe. Most of them are very, very safe. I mean, all of them are very safe. Peptides are naturally occurring compounds in the morning. I say most of them because if you get them from a research company that's not a safe source, that's what I was referring to. I don't know who John Karinsky is. Who's John Karinsky? I have to look this guy up. Hopefully, he's somebody really cool. Oh, the dude from The Office? Really? I sound like John. I would never. No one's ever told me that I sound like him. If you can you be insulin resistant still if fasting insulin? Um, that would be weird. I think that would be a very rare situation. No, peptides are usually injections, although there's many forms. Annabella, what makes your group different than many others? Oh my gosh, there's so many reasons. And you can ask some of our members that are on this live right now. Um, but the most, I would say, the most differentiating thing about our community is that it's led by me, who my goal for you guys is long-term permanent weight maintenance, which I know there's other groups led by people that also have the same goal. So let me continue. But I encourage and understand how to combine science, like awesome peptides and GLP-1 and innovative micro protocols, but still hardcore mindset and hardcore lifestyle. So there's no other community like that. There's no other community that takes the Eastern and the Western philosophies and puts them together that I'm aware of. Um, and I also think that I have an ability because I was overweight. I struggled for 8 years after losing 100 pounds myself. So I do have a pretty good ability to understand exactly what you guys are going through. And I have a ton of passion and enthusiasm to help you guys get the job done. So I don't know. That's the best way I can describe why our community is very unique. On D Flow says on Tirzepatide, my twins have been super sore. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to your doctor on that one. And I actually wonder too as well. Yeah, that's definitely go to your local doctor and let them see what's going on. Rebecca, I just started Semaglutide. Any advice? Join my community. You want the best advice I can give you? Get coaching, get support, establish a plan, get really serious about what you want to accomplish. Erica, testosterone and peptides are amazing if you need them. Ella, if you say carnivore is it, just meat and salt. So, carnivore in the strictest sense is literally just meat and salt and butter. A little bit of ghee, a little bit of butter, meat and salt. If you have some extreme autoimmune diseases, you might need to do that for a couple of months to heal. And then I'd like to incorporate, so believe it or not, dairy fat. Some people do have some aversions to dairy, so some lactose intolerance. But you could you could what's the word? What's the phrase? Like eating dairy over time, your body can upregulate lactose production, which is the enzyme responsible for breaking down lactase. Long term, I do think fruit can be part of a healthy diet. And I do think fruit should be part of a healthy diet when you are insulin sensitive. Can you be insulin resistant if fasting insulin? Yeah. So, Chrissy, that's what I was talking about earlier. I said that it would be unlikely. Sharon, no, I don't. I don't test my ketones. It would be cool. I would. I actually want to get one of those Lumen devices. I wish I had a quick. I wish there was an easy way to test your ketones. Like a continuous ketone monitor would be really awesome. Yes, you can do eggs in carnivore. If testosterone comes back really low and you begin taking it, will it help a weight loss stall? Probably not. Although the testosterone might increase your appetite, and increasing your appetite and eating more is usually the solution to a weight loss stall. Because remember, guys, a weight loss stall is metabolic downregulation, aka starvation mode, aka you have not been eating enough food and your body finally responded by cranking down the furnace. What would you say for women between 45 and 50? Which, by the way, women between 45 and 50 tends to be the average age range of who we help. that premenopause, perimenopause, menopausal age bracket. And it depends on your goal. If you're struggling with menopausal symptoms, you probably need some bioidentical estrogen and progesterone. 1,500 calories is way too low, yes, for almost everybody. Continuously. Continual 1,500 calorie intake will ultimately lead to starvation mode. Erica, we service all 50 states. Text us and get scheduled for that consultation. Oh yeah, BHRT therapy is amazing when done correctly. Without a doubt. Okay, I understand that, but how are you supposed to do injections if you're far? Erica, you don't come to us for the injections. We ship you the needles, the syringes, the um, alcohol prep pads. It's super easy. You do it on your own. It's a tiny little needle. We offer unlimited support. Do you have a cheat day on carnivore? Meaning eating some cake or pizza. Oh man. So I think that you should do your best to do 3 months of carnivore without, if you can, and then see if you feel like you still need a cheat. And if you do, then give yourself a cheat. I mean, that's the best answer. You know, um, I'm much more a fan of having controlled and expected cheat meals because I think that's much more sustainable than saying I'm just never going to have it for the rest of my life. I think most people just won't be able to do that. Yeah, they have the little travel packs that you can take the stuff with. It's super easy to travel with this stuff. Ella, we work with the individual, right? So everything is tailored toward the individual's needs and desires. So if you think you need a cheat meal, then you can have a cheat meal in my program. That's totally fine. Does testosterone peptide work better than your traditional? I don't. There's no such thing as a testosterone peptide. If you need testosterone levels, if your testosterone is suboptimal, I think you're okay. So you're talking about like HCG or Clomid, things to boost your testosterone that are not testosterone therapy. No, they rarely work. You're going to need actual testosterone if your testosterone levels are low. Regina, first time on semaglutide and I did 1 milligram. That's kind of crazy. I'm really happy that you did not end up in the hospital. Hey, what's up, Seth? How you doing, buddy? Kim Possible says way more difficult to eliminate alcohol than sweets. I drank like a fish for probably 10 years of my life. I did the whole college 3, 4 nights a week, getting hammered, thinking that that was just normal. And then as I got older, I still, maybe less frequently, but still drank like crazy. And then for many years, I thought, well, it's occasional. Why not? So here's the reality of drinking, even semi-frequently. Recently, there's been good literature that's came out regarding alcohol consumption. Just a couple drinks a week will increase your levels of anxiety throughout the rest of the week, increase your levels of cortisol throughout the rest of the week. So is that worth it to you? Is that worth it to you? Look, I'm not saying everybody needs to quit every single ounce of alcohol immediately because I also think that's like saying, let's go carnivore immediately and drop everything. Like, that's just not going to happen for everybody. But if you drink a lot, then how about we just go less? How about we cut it in half? How about we cut it in three quarters? Yeah, guys, I'm going to be hopping off my live here in a couple minutes, maybe like 5 minutes or so. Let's talk about my affiliate program. So my affiliate program is pretty straightforward. If you have an audience, either on TikTok Live or any other social media platforms, or if you have a newsletter, you will get your own custom link to basically do what I'm doing now for my own company. Right now, I'm being an affiliate for my own company right now. So this is exactly what you would be doing as an affiliate. You'd be leveraging your own audience, sending them a unique link so that they come into the system. And when they work with my team, if they get started on any services, you get a percentage of the commissions. It's pretty straightforward. And so it's pretty awesome, right? You know, you guys see a bunch of people repping GLP-1 companies on TikTok Live all the time, but they're repping companies that don't give a shit about your health. They're repping companies that don't give a you know what about anything more than just selling you medications, knowing damn well that these people are going to be screwed sooner or later. So this is an opportunity to actually rep for a company that has high levels of integrity and wants to make sure people are actually getting results. That's what I stand for. That's what my company stands for. TikTok's not going down, buddy. TikTok's not going anywhere. So yeah, I just don't think Trump's gonna do anything with TikTok. He's gonna fight to bring it back. It is gonna go through this little weird period, this dark period. They're gonna shift the algorithm. Like there's you know how much our economy would crash if TikTok was truly banned, and everybody's gonna go to Red Note, that other platform. I mean, the people made it very clear what's gonna happen if they ban TikTok. And Red Note is significantly a higher concern for the government. Gallstones and GLP-1 medications. If you have active gallstones, then no, I wouldn't recommend these medications. Neither would my providers. But we have other options like tesofensine. I'm not a fan of IGF-LR3. I don't think you can take growth hormone peptides. I think they're much better. Seth, yes. Once you achieve certain levels as an affiliate, there are discounts for our services. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Tesofensine's great. Um, Tommy, they're shadows. I don't know what that means. Guys, before I hop off, make sure you are following me on TikTok, on YouTube, all the socials, guys. If you want links to our socials, shoot us a text message here. IGF-LR3, let's talk about that really quick. I don't like IGF-LR3. I don't think it's necessary. If you want to get better results in IGF-LR3, increase your growth hormones, CJC, ipamorelin. That's a much better peptide. That's going to increase your IGF as well as increase all other things that growth hormone has a positive impact on. Yeah, you need to DM us or text us to get the links to all of our socials. If you have gallstones, I would rather you be on tesso fencing. If you don't have a gallbladder, you may or may not qualify for these medications. That's going to be a nuanced question. It's going to involve getting into your medical history. So be sure to shoot us a text message, get scheduled with one of our experts. Guys, I do go live every single morning on the weekends, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you can see me tomorrow, same time. And then Monday through Friday at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, if you want to get coaching, if you want to get guidance, if you want to be set up for permanent weight loss and weight maintenance, if you want this to be the last weight loss program you ever have to do, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're not getting the coaching, the guidance, the structure, the support, then what are you waiting for, guys? Now's your chance. Shoot us a text message here. Get scheduled for that consultation. And if you're not ready for my direct coaching programs, at least get into my community for $27 a month. For $27 a month, you will have access to the FAM, the Flow Academy membership, and have a ton of guidance and support. And we can send you the direct link to get started with that. Yes, Sharon, we also do that as well. All right, guys.